UFC President Dana White is glazing Jon Jones, and it has to stop. Now, I'm about to play the clip that inspired me to make this video, and I think you're going to see what I'm talking about here. I mean, the glazing is just really on another level, and it's just unacceptable.
Jon Jones is ranked number 3 pound for pound in the world. Most fucking ridiculous, embarrassing, stupid, know nothing about fighting ranking of all time.
Now, as you can see, Dana White is absolutely fuming that Jon Jones is not number 1 on the men's pound for pound list. However, what he fails to mention is that Jon Jones has fought 1 time in the last 4 years. Now, let's go ahead and compare that to the other people on the men's pound for pound list. Now, as you can see up on the screen, I have the men's pound for pound top 15, and Jon Jones currently sits at number 3 behind Islam Makhachev and Alex Pereira. And listen, I think that even number 3 is still too high. Jon Jones just has not been nearly as active as these other guys on this list. Now, obviously, activity isn't the end-all be-all for the men's pound for pound, but let's look at Islam Makhachev. He has wins over guys like Charles Oliveira. He has 2 wins over Alexander Volkanovski. And that is absolutely more impressive than 1 win over Cyril Gane, and that's your only win in the last 4 years. I mean, what are we even talking about here? And this shouldn't even be up for a debate. There's no argument for Jon Jones to be number 1 on the pound for pound list when Islam Makhachev is still active and still fighting guys like this. You might think that this has been bad so far, that the glaze could not go any farther, but you would be wrong. It gets even worse. Roll the clip.
Jon Jones is the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Period. End of story. To have anybody above Jon Jones right now just goes to show that you know absolutely nothing.
To have someone over Jon Jones means you know absolutely nothing? I mean, what a ridiculous claim. That's not the end of Dana's little rant, though. Listen to this.
It's undebatable. Anybody who even tries to debate this with me, you're just hating on Jon Jones and you don't like him as a person.
Yes, Dana, go off. We're just haters, right? Well, I think this argument is invalid because why would anybody like Jon Jones as a person? He's done so much that's wrong that nobody should like him as a person. We're all on equal playing field because we all hate him equally. Jon Jones hit a pregnant lady with his car, fled the scene, and then came back to retrieve the cocaine in his car without helping her. I mean, what are we talking about here? Nobody should like Jon Jones. Nobody should like the kind of person he is. Saying that that's the reason that people don't want him at men's pound for pound number 1 is ridiculous. This isn't even the first time that Dana White has been glazing Jon Jones. I mean, it's been egregious lately. At the post-fight press conference after UFC 303, Dana White had this to say about Jon Jones.
For all those that don't know what the pound for pound means, that's what it means. Guys like that. But still, as long as Jon Jones is still in the conversation and talking, Jon Jones has never lost. He's never lost a fight. And like I say, the most amazing thing about Jon Jones, you can say whatever you want about him, his lifestyle outside the octagon, it's not like this guy was, checking, had the greatest nutritionists and was, it's quite the opposite of what happened with Jon Jones outside the octagon. And he's never lost a fight.
Did you hear what Dana White just said? He said Jon Jones is the best pound for pound fighter ever without even having a good nutritionist, without training all the time, without putting in all the work. And let me tell you exactly why that is. A little something called steroids. Jon Jones is a known steroid cheat. He has popped multiple times in his career and still been allowed to fight. Maybe that's why Jon Jones has such great performances after doing cocaine all weekend and not paying attention to his diet and drinking all the time, because he has this extra substance to give him the boost. Has no one thought of this? Jon Jones has popped multiple times. There's no reason he should even be in the discussion for men's pound for pound. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I get it. Dana White loves to glaze Jon Jones. We get it. But what is the problem? I mean, every man should be allowed to do whatever he wants. Well, let me explain to you the problem here. The main issue with this egregious glaze is that Dana White is protecting Jon Jones by allowing him to fight a 41-year-old Stipe Miocic who hasn't won a fight since 2021. If this is the supposed GOAT, he should be fighting the best up-and-comers, the best guys in his division. But no, he's being protected because of the glaze. I mean, the fact that we have an interim champion who has defended his belt more times than the actual champion is unreal. There should be no situation in which that ever happens. And the fact that Jon Jones is the champion when that happens is the only reason that it has ever even happened in the first place. It's because Dana White is protecting him. Why is Dana White protecting and defending a wife-beating, steroid-abusing, cocaine-snorting loser? Who knows? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It just matters that it's happening, and it needs to stop. So now for the big question that everyone has had on their minds. Where would I put Jon Jones on my pound for pound list? Well, let me tell you. This is what my top 10 pound for pound would look like. Obviously with the GOAT, Shamil Gaziev at the very top. No, but seriously, my pound for pound list would just not include Jon Jones at all. At least not in the top 10. I could see maybe putting him in the top 15, but he beat Cyril Gane. I mean, Cyril Gane is a good win, but he's not a pound for pound win. That doesn't deserve to put you on the pound for pound list. So I would have him maybe at number 13 or 14, but definitely not top 10. And that is going to conclude my Jon Jones hate rant. I don't know why Dana still defends this guy, but hopefully the glaze will stop soon. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.